Hello, friends. Thank you so much for signing up for my very first Spirit, Soul, and Spa event this October in South Carolina. Upon registering, you probably were not aware that you were going to receive any books ahead of time or do any prep work for it. And I just want to encourage you to relax and know that you have no obligation to even open this book that you got in the mail or watch any of the linked footage unless you feel you have time for it this summer. If you have no mind space for it, it's totally fine to wait until you get here. In June, I was having a discussion with a friend, and her suggestion seemed to answer a concern I had about our event in October. My dilemma was how to get enough prayer, journaling, training in, as well as enjoying spa, relaxation time, workouts, and discussion. And all of a sudden I realized that if we were to get these books ahead of time, it could cut out some of the pressure of getting it all done that weekend and give more time for freely discussing things and already having processed some of it. Number one, we could all listen and journal more peacefully in our private spaces without being rushed. Number two, those who had questions or enjoy processing with a person what God is speaking to them could do so with our optional Zooms once a month. Number three, I also thought, since you friends are from all different geographical areas and maybe have never met each other, it would be an opportunity to get acquainted and anticipate actually being refreshed together this fall once we've gotten to know each other a little bit. Another reason that I sent the link and the website of the author is that whenever I do any kind of mentorship, teaching, or ministry events, I want to ensure that I have God's full blessing on it by checking with my husband, the Gospel Express co-director team, and our church leadership team to make sure that I have green lights for the event and the content that I'm teaching. It's important to me that the authorities and people in your life bless you coming to this event as well and feel at peace about our curriculum and our content. So I put the website link and testimonies in there that you can share with your husband, anyone else that would have concerns, so that they're aware of what type of curriculum we're using as we are prayer journaling. So let's dive into the guided journal. First, you'll read page 5 through 8, which tells you what the journal is about. And then page 9 through 14 explains the 4 different sections in each session. They all start with A. There's 4 parts of each chapter. First, it's attention, giving our full and whole attention to attune to God, the things He wants us to see, hear, and notice. The next one is awareness, being very aware of the movement of Jesus' Spirit in our day-to-day interactions and experiences. Third one is the Annunciation. That's asking Jesus to help us put down any false identity aspects and picking up in exchange revelations of our true self that He created and redeemed us to be. The fourth part is the action. That is where He gives us a unique exercise or activity that is to flow from our true self we are becoming and more awakened to because of what the discussion was in that chapter. So that's kind of like your homework. But I really enjoy the practical parts of all of these. So all 12 chapters are sessions that have these 4 aspects for us to process God with in just our daily and weekly interactions. So I encourage you to only start a session if you have at least 40 to 60 minutes of sitting quietly by yourself. I usually do them either during my devotional time in the morning or instead of watching something in the evening or while I'm traveling. Sunday afternoons or evenings are my favorite time alone with God. It's just a great way to prepare for the week as you process life with Him. With us having 11 weeks till the event, if you're not too busy, I would probably recommend doing like 1 chapter or session per week or every other week. But it's totally up to you. If you love it so much, you can do the whole thing before you get here. But there's no obligation for you to work any of it till you get here. It's totally up to you. I just wanted to get it in your hands if you want to take a look at it. I'm excited to discuss this on our Zoom if we have a Zoom call in August. But I'm also wanting to just tell you that when He asks you questions, some people say, well, what if nothing comes to mind? I don't know if it's God speaking or if it's just my mind, if it's my own imagination. There is no right or wrong answers here. You simply write down whatever comes to your mind and then you process it with your own ideas. It doesn't matter if it's your own ideas, your knowledge, your memories, something new, something that might sound cliche, something that might sound too good to be true. And that's why it's important to write it down so that your soul doesn't talk you out of it, but you write it down and then you process it throughout the rest of the chapter. You just write what comes to your mind, be honest, believe it, speak it, write it down, and you'll be amazed what you observed about yourself and him interacting with you in your experiences. So have fun getting into the journal. And I think our accountant Karen will be creating a WhatsApp group that will let you know when our first Zoom call will be in August. I hope you have a great July until we connect again.